The first episode of Doctor Who Season 2 recently aired, titled The Robot Revolution, and it's absolutely terrible, with a nonsensical and convoluted plot, social commentary rammed into the story, and the Doctor crying again, which is a regular theme with this incarnation of the Doctor. The first episode has the worst overnight viewing numbers in the show's history, watched by a mere 2 million viewers, less than half of what the first episode of Season 12 brought in, and 600,000 less than the previous season, showing that the only thing that this new reboot of Doctor Who has succeeded in doing is turning away most of the audience. This review will contain spoilers as I break down everything that is wrong with this episode. The basic plot revolves around this certificate, where 17 years prior to our current day, this guy, named Alan, gives it to his partner, Belinda, at the beginning of the episode, naming a star after her. Jump forward to current day, and she's working as a nurse in a hospital. All okay so far, but this is where it all goes downhill. Belinda is abducted by these robots and taken to another world to become their queen, with the reason being that they have the certificate that she was given by her boyfriend, naming the star after her. The Doctor follows Belinda as she was being abducted, but due to this time fracture, he lands on the planet 6 months before Belinda arrives, and in that time becomes a historian. The planet is occupied by these robots and these humanoid aliens who used to live in harmony, but the robots have taken over and labelled anyone who doesn't obey them as rebels. The robots want to forcibly marry Belinda to the AI generator who controls them, but she is rescued by the Doctor and the rebels and taken to their underground hideout. In the hideout, the Doctor realizes that the certificate that Belinda has is the same one that the robots have, the same item from different points in time. The Doctor says that if multiple versions of the same item, like the two versions of the certificate from different points in time, were to meet, then the laws of time would say no and the items would explode. Belinda decides to try and end the conflict by allowing herself and the Doctor to be captured, with them being brought before the AI generator. The AI generator turns out to be Alan, Belinda's old boyfriend, the one who gave her the certificate. He was captured by the robots after Belinda said to get him during her abduction, but due to the time fracture, he arrived on the planet 10 years prior to her arrival. It's explained that Alan was the one who started the conflict between the robots and the humanoids, and now he has been consumed by the machine, wanting to die, using every ninth word when his mind is free to communicate that. Belinda touches her version of the certificate with the robot's version, but instead of exploding like the Doctor said it would, they have this weird hallucinogenic type episode, which is Belinda and Alan experiencing all of time at once. The Doctor pulls Belinda back, saving her, whilst Alan is reverted back to a sperm and an egg, which is then vacuumed up by the cleaning robot. With Alan gone, the robots are no longer under his control, with the conflicts between the robots and the humanoids coming to an end, vowing to rebuild their society. The Doctor wants to know how the robots got hold of the certificate, but when he and Belinda enter the TARDIS, she doesn't want to go with him on any adventures, insisting instead that he take her home. However, he isn't able to take her home, with the TARDIS bouncing off the correct date. He tells her that they will have to take the long way around, with the final images being of debris from several Earth monuments floating through space. There are so many problems to unpack throughout this episode. At the start of the episode, the Doctor is straight away portrayed as an idiot as he tries to get the address of where Belinda lives from a hospital front desk, with the receptionist correctly refusing to give out that information because data protection laws are a thing. The Doctor, who's supposed to be super intelligent and possess the most powerful ship in existence, resorts to using his sonic screwdriver on the computer and manages to accidentally shut the whole building's power down. Hospitals and various equipment have backup batteries, but it does make the Doctor look like a moron when he can hack into sophisticated alien computers, but can't get an address out of a hospital database without causing havoc. The robots making Belinda their queen makes absolutely no sense. How they got hold of the certificate isn't explained, but I don't think that's relevant. The Doctor explains that due to time travel, the certificate has been on the planet for 5,000 years, calling it a foundation myth, with both the robots and humanoids referring to her as a queen. This is supposed to be the reason that the robots collected Belinda, because they have this certificate with her name on it, but the explanation is crap. Why would you travel light years to another planet to find a person of a different species to those on your planet who happens to have the same name, which likely isn't unique, and then make that person into your queen because she happens to have the same name as a piece of paper that you found 5,000 years ago? Absolute nonsense. The meeting of the two certificates was supposed to go boom, the Doctor's own words, but instead we got this stupid experiencing all of time at once thing. This was done as a way to save Belinda, instead of the explosion killing them both. But what's the point in establishing a law of time when you are then going to completely ignore it? The robots have the worst sense of security in existence, as every single humanoid in the throne room is a rebel. If it was one or two of them who used some creative hacking to bypass the security measures, that could make sense. But no, literally every single humanoid is a rebel who have pistols hidden in their trousers. The Doctor cries again after this woman that he knew for 6 months got killed by the robots. This habit of crying started with the recent Doctor Who reboot, not something that has been consistent throughout New Who. No one is expecting the Doctor to be an emotionless robot, but there was always an element of stoicism. Matt Smith's Doctor was upset when he lost Amy and Rory, but he didn't bawl his eyes out. He controlled his emotions. When it comes to the death of Alan, the Doctor doesn't act like previous incarnations. The guy was reduced to a sperm and an egg and then hoovered up by the vacuum cleaner. The Doctor is supposed to be about saving life, even attempting to save the lives of people who are bad. Yet here we have a man who was in pain, who just got deleted from existence, and the Doctor is laughing. We have plenty of social commentary themes throughout this episode, like the story of Alan, his controlling attitude towards Belinda after he proposes, and then later starting the conflict, is a clear reference to toxic masculinity. The comment at the end, with the robots making reparations towards the humanoids for their time controlling the planet, is a reference to the modern day conversation around colonialism, about as subtle as a sledgehammer to the face. The second season has gotten off to a terrible start. Very few people tuned in to see this crap, clearly turned off by previous seasons, and given how poor the first episode was, that number of viewers will almost certainly drop even further. If you got this far, I want to thank you very much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you like this review, please consider liking and subscribing. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye for now.